midpoint using the entire formula. In the previous section, we were using midpoint on one axis. Now we're going to be using it on X and Y. This is going to put an extra step into things, but it's almost going to be the same exact step repeated 2 times. So you can see that you should be pretty familiar with this section, because that is what we did to find the midpoint between just 2 points on one line. Now we have to do it for the vertical number line as well. That's going to be the only difference. Once we find the midpoint for X and we find the midpoint for Y, we'll have found the midpoint on the entire line, regardless of what direction the line's going, etc. So these are just some notes to reference. Let's go ahead and take some examples and see where we go. All right, QR has endpoints 7, 6, and R 1, 8. All right, so automatically I'm going to number this and label X2, Y1, Y2. I'm going to set up my X problem, and I'm going to set up my Y problem. I think it's good to stay as organized as possible. So we know that we're going to do X1 plus Y2. I'm looking right here. That's going to be 7 plus 1 divided by 2 equals 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Cool. There's my midpoint for my X values. Same thing with the Y values, 6 and 8. So 6 plus 8 divided by 2 equals 14 divided by 2 equals 7. So the midpoint between Q and R, which would be M, the coordinates 7, 6, and 1, 8, the midpoint M would be 4, 7. 4 was the midpoint for the X value, and 7 was the midpoint for the Y value. We found the midpoint. The same exact process is going to continue. Anytime you're given 2 points, you're asked to find a midpoint, you're going to find the midpoint for your X, and you're going to find the midpoint for your Y, and those will be your new coordinates for what lies in the middle of the 2 points you were given. So X1, X2, Y1, Y2. Then I'm going to set up X and Y so I know exactly what I'm finding. So X1, X2 is 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 divided by 2 equals 10 divided by 2, 5. I got an X value of 5 for the middle of the X values of CD. Do the same thing for the Y values. 10 and 2. 10 plus 2 divided by 2 equals 12 divided by 2, 6. So the midpoint, M, is going to be 5, 6. Is it really that easy? Yes, it really is. Okay, so X1, X2, Y1, Y2. Same process. There's my X values, there's my Y values. So 6 plus 0, this is going to be easy. Or, sorry, divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. Then your Y values, 0 and 6. 0 plus 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So midpoint for this one is 3, 3. That process is going to stay the same. It will remain the same. Anytime you're given 2 points on an X and Y coordinate system, then you're able to find the middle of it by simply adding your X coordinates, divided by 2, adding your Y coordinates, divided by 2.